Five friends left home on February 24, 1978, to watch a basketball game in Chico, California. They were expected back that same night, but they never returned. Days later, their car was found abandoned deep in the mountains, far from the route they should have taken. What happened to them became one of California's strangest unsolved mysteries. The five men were Jack Madruga, Ted Wire, Bill Sterling, Jackie Hewitt, and Gary Mathias. They were close friends from the Yuba City area. Four of the men had intellectual or developmental disabilities. Gary Mathias had schizophrenia, but his family said he had been stable and taking his medication. That Friday night, the group drove to Chico to watch a college basketball game. By every known account, the evening itself was completely normal. After the game, they stopped at a convenience store, bought snacks and drinks, and began what should have been a simple drive home. It was the last confirmed time all five were seen together. Their own basketball team had a tournament the next day. Some had already laid out their uniforms, and their families said they were excited to play. Instead of heading back toward Yuba City, Jack Madruga's Mercury Montego somehow turned east. The car traveled into the Sierra Nevada mountains and toward Plumas National Forest. Eventually, the Montego became stuck on a remote, snowy road near the Bucks Lake area. It had not crashed, and investigators believed it could likely have been moved. That meant the men had apparently chosen to leave the car behind. In freezing weather, that decision may have sealed their fate. The terrain was isolated, snow covered the roads, and the group had little wilderness experience. Yet all five men seemed to have walked away from their only real shelter. Search teams combed the mountains, but winter conditions made the effort extremely difficult. For weeks, there was no sign of where the men had gone. Months later, as spring finally began to melt the snow, the case took a grim turn. On June 4th, a remote Forest Service trailer near Daniel Zink Campground was discovered. Inside the trailer, searchers found Ted Wire. The trailer was nearly 20 miles from the abandoned car. Evidence suggested Wire had survived for a significant period after reaching the trailer. Investigators believed he may have lived there for weeks before dying. Food inside the trailer had been opened and eaten. That meant at least one member of the group had reached shelter alive. But more food and supplies were reportedly available nearby. Some of them had gone untouched. There was also equipment that could potentially have provided heat. Yet investigators found no clear evidence that the heating system had been used. That raised one of the case's most haunting questions. How could someone slowly die in a place where food and potential warmth were still within reach? Another strange clue involved Gary Mathias. His sneakers were reportedly found inside the trailer, while Ted Wire's heavier shoes were missing. Investigators considered the possibility that Mathias had reached the trailer and later left wearing Wire's shoes. If that happened, no one knows why he left or where he went. As the search continued, more remains were found in the wilderness. Jack Madruga was discovered with the keys to the Montego still in his possession. Bill Sterling was also found in the forest. Jackie Hewitt was eventually located near the trailer area. Four of the five missing men had now been accounted for. Only Gary Mathias remained missing. No confirmed remains belonging to Gary Mathias have ever been found. His disappearance has fueled decades of speculation. Some theories focus on Gary's schizophrenia, but there is no confirmed evidence that he led the group into danger or harmed anyone. His family insisted he had been stable before the trip. Another major mystery is how the men traveled so far through winter mountain conditions. Reaching the trailer from the abandoned car would have been extremely difficult. One theory is that they followed tracks in the snow, believing help or buildings were nearby. Instead, those tracks may have led them deeper into the wilderness. But the biggest question still comes first. Why were they in the mountains at all when their route home should have taken them somewhere completely different? A witness named Joseph Shones later reported being stranded on the same mountain road that night. He claimed he saw lights and activity nearby, but his account has never fully explained what happened. Was it a wrong turn, fear, confusion, or something investigators never discovered? Tell me which clue you believe matters most. This is Dark Archives. Some files are closed, others are still waiting for the missing page.